The very first moments of car racing were utterly chaotic. Forget the controlled circuits you know today. In the late 19th century, the competition began as simple reliability trials, proof that these noisy, horseless carriages wouldn't break down a mile outside of town. You can picture the Paris-Rouen race of 1894, not a speed contest, but a grueling 127-kilometer test of endurance. The winner averaged a mere 10 miles per hour. Yet the sheer fact that the machine survived was a triumph, and it instantly established the motor car as a serious, compelling spectacle. Soon, the focus shifted from endurance to pure speed. Town-to-town races like the 1895 Paris-Bordeaux-Paris pushed these primitive vehicles to their mechanical limits. You were witnessing the birth of the driving hero, men who wrestled their machines over rough, dusty public roads, facing mechanical failures, the elements, and growing public danger. This reckless point-to-point era culminated tragically in the 1903 Paris-Madrid race, which was halted in Bordeaux due to numerous accidents and fatalities. It was clear the public road was no place for this kind of untamed speed. This danger paved the way for the organized, closed-circuit competition we recognize today. The inaugural French Grand Prix in 1906 at Le Mans marked the true birth of Grand Prix racing. Here, national teams competed on massive, closed loops showcasing their country's engineering prowess. The race was a two-day affair, one with a blistering average of 62 miles per hour. This period, before World War I, cemented the Grand Prix as the ultimate laboratory for automotive technology and the highest form of motorsport. The interwar years saw the rise of legendary events that tested the limits of both man and machine. You look to Le Mans, inaugurated in 1923, which threw down the ultimate gauntlet, a 24-hour endurance challenge that demanded reliability, efficiency, and inhuman driver stamina. Across the Atlantic, the Indianapolis 500, running on its purpose-built oval since 1911, established the American identity of speedway racing. This was the era of the Auto Union and Mercedes-Benz Silver Arrows, monstrous, supercharged machines that dominated racing in the 1930s, pushing speeds past 200 miles per hour, and elevating drivers like Tazio Nuvolari and Rudolf Caracciola to demigod status. World War II halted racing, but its end brought about a renaissance, giving rise to the formal structure of Formula One. In 1950, the FIA established the World Championship of Drivers, launching the modern F1 era. The early years belonged to Juan Manuel Fangio and the Italian marques, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, and Maserati. However, the true revolution began in the late 1950s with the British garagistes, most notably Colin Chapman's Lotus. They introduced the concept of rear mid-engine placement and the monocoque chassis, a single-piece aluminum sheet structure that drastically improved strength and lightness. You can trace nearly every racing car component back to this Lotus era. The 1960s saw racing diverge into distinct, specialized sports. While open-wheel F1 cars were introducing high-mounted aerofoils, wings, borrowed from aerospace engineering, to create downforce and glue the car to the track, a different discipline was exploding in America. NASCAR, built on the legacy of moonshiners running souped-up stock cars on dirt ovals, found its global footing with the opening of the Daytona Air National Speedway and its terrifyingly high bank turns. You see the deep contrast. F1, a science experiment in speed on road courses. NASCAR, a raw, close-quarter spectacle of endurance and drafting on massive ovals. The relentless pursuit of speed in the 1970s and 80s led to the most technologically aggressive and dangerous innovations. Ground effect aerodynamics, where the car's entire body acted like a giant inverted wing, using Venturi tunnels to create massive suction, pushed cornering speeds to mind-boggling limits. The rise of turbocharged engines in the 1980s resulted in cars with thousands of horsepower, barely controllable monsters that demanded supernatural reflexes from drivers like Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. The tragic accidents of the early 90s, particularly the death of Senna, finally forced a reckoning, cementing safety as the one boundary that could not be crossed in the search for speed. Today, car racing is a global spectacle that has never been more popular. Formula One remains the pinnacle of open-wheel technology, with 1.6-liter turbocharged V6 hybrid power units and immense budgets dedicated to nanoscopic aerodynamic gains. Le Mans, now part of the World Endurance Championship, or WEC, showcases manufacturer innovation in hybrid technology and high-performance reliability over 24-hour grueling hours. Meanwhile, NASCAR has evolved into a highly professional, highly strategically complex sport that still provides the closest, most competitive wheel-to-wheel action in the world. From that first rickety car struggling along a dusty French road to a carbon fiber missile achieving speeds you can barely comprehend, you've watched a century of human innovation unfold on the racetrack. Racing is more than a sport. It is an unforgiving proving ground where technology is pushed past its limit, driving forward everything from tire design to engine efficiency, forever defining what's possible in the world of mobility. The noise, the spectacle, and the relentless speed are simply the outward expression of humanity's unending need to go faster, to go farther, and to win.